Welcome to the Get Fit to Quit Masterclass. I'm your Quit Coach, Kelly Lewis, and I'm super happy for you to be here. During this free training, I'm going to address the one question you need to know the answer to right now. How will I ever quit smoking? And I realize this is a question so many smokers have, and I understand how paralyzing it feels to not have a clear answer, and how impossible it is to move forward feeling so confused and discouraged and with so many unknowns. Sometimes it consumes us, but we still can't find the answers we're looking for or that help us move forward. But I'm going to change that for you right now by sharing with you 4 things every smoker must know about quitting, so that quitting feels right and freedom is achievable. And at the end, I'm going to answer the question every smoker wants the answer to. What's the best way to quit smoking? And I'm going to do that by first explaining 4 things every smoker must know about quitting, because the old ways of thinking about quitting are flawed and failing. Hi, I'm Coach Kelly. I'm a pretty average gal with a pretty average life. So what makes me so qualified to answer that question? Well, I'm a Mayo Clinic certified tobacco treatment specialist. I've acquired the National Certificate in Tobacco Treatment Practice, and I'm an active member of our professional organization. Oh, and I used to smoke, so there's that. I've also spent nearly 2 decades working exclusively with smokers on quitting, and I've guided thousands of smokers through this complicated process without turning the rest of their lives upside down. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to discredit everything you've been told about what it takes to be successful with quitting. So pay attention, because understanding what I have to say will unlock your inner non-smoker that has been trapped for so many years by these myths. Nothing is wrong with you. Simultaneously wanting and not wanting something is perfectly normal. My job is to help smokers resolve conflicting feelings about quitting. You have developed a deadly, expensive, inconvenient, and unattractive dependence on the world's most powerful drug, and you simply have not learned how to become a non-smoker. So let's get started. Number 1, just because you want to quit doesn't mean you're ready to quit. Want doesn't equal ready. Just because I want to fly a plane doesn't mean I'm able to. Quitting feels so out of reach for so many smokers, mostly because of the illusion that it should be achievable by wanting it badly enough. Wanting badly to win the lottery does absolutely nothing to improve my chances. Just like wanting to be 20 pounds lighter isn't enough to get me in my skinny jeans. And thinking about how much I want to lose 20 pounds day after day, month after month, and year after year isn't getting me anywhere either. We hear it all the time. You have to really want to quit. But simply wanting to quit isn't enough. A lot of smokers think want to quit equals able to quit, but it doesn't. Wanting to fly an airplane is very different from being ready and able to fly an airplane. Somewhere between want to quit and able to quit is ready to quit, but nobody's talking about it. And it's where all the problems with quitting live. And I know how frustrating it is for smokers who hear, you'll never quit until you really want to, or you have to really want to quit. And you think to yourself, but I do really want to quit. And when it doesn't happen, you lose hope because you were told that's what you really needed. And I hate that for you. But it doesn't change that want doesn't equal able. Number 2, you don't have to want to quit to be able to quit. Not want doesn't equal not able. This is great news for a lot of smokers who don't really want to quit. We do things all the time that we don't really want to do. We are fiercely capable as human beings. A lot of people I know don't really want to go to work every day, but they are willing to go to work because they want what a paycheck gets them. You don't have to want to quit. You have to be willing to quit to get what you want from quitting. More time, more money, more energy, more praise, more freedom, better health, better skin, better relationships, better sex. Don't focus on not smoking. Focus on feeling better, having more money, being more attractive to others, having more energy, being more productive, ending the nagging, living longer, doing more, pleasing others. You want a lot more of this and a lot less of this. Look, I don't want to exercise, but I'm able to. I don't want to cook dinner every night, but I'm good at it. You don't have to want to quit to be able to quit or to be good at quitting. It's simply not true. You have to really want to quit is something former smokers say after experiencing some level of desperation about their health, which is what resulted in their want. Not wanting to quit doesn't equal not able. And get this, what you lack in want can be found in how. Listen closely. I have no desire to bake a souffle, none whatsoever. I don't even know what a souffle is, really. But you can bet your ass that if I knew how to bake a killer souffle, I'd be getting after it at every holiday, dinner gathering, or block party. Once you learn how to do something, the want will follow. That's just how it works. So why don't you want to quit? Because you enjoy it? You don't enjoy smoking. You're accustomed to smoking. What you enjoy is escaping the discomfort of not smoking, which only exists as a result of you beginning to smoke in the first place. The cycle is reversible. If smoking were genuinely enjoyable and just anybody could go to the store and buy a pack of pleasure, wouldn't there be a lot more smokers? Don't tell yourself you enjoy smoking. You simply currently require it to feel normal. That's what a drug dependence is. You depend on the drug to feel normal, and without it, you're uncomfortable. You prefer comfort over discomfort. That's just human. Somewhere along the line, you gambled with a highly addictive drug and lost. But don't buy into the I enjoy smoking story. It's holding you back. The only reason you smoke is to eliminate the urge to smoke, physically, socially, or situationally. This whole thing falls apart if you believe you're giving up something genuinely pleasurable. Freedom is on the other side of learning to do things without smoking that you were accustomed to doing while smoking. You learn to smoke, you can unlearn it too. Imagine a world where you could only smoke outside alone, standing in the rain or cold, and without your phone. Would you enjoy smoking as much? Would you smoke as much? No, you wouldn't, because you don't enjoy smoking. You're accustomed to smoking. And when you remove the things you traditionally associate with smoking, there isn't much left to enjoy because you don't enjoy smoking. Number 3, just because you feel ready to quit doesn't mean you are ready. Feeling ready doesn't equal being ready. I remember feeling ready to do a cartwheel after a couple of beers in my 40s. I wasn't ready. My husband felt ready to ride an overpowered motorcycle through the mountains at high speeds in a foreign country. He wasn't ready. Feeling ready to do something is different from being ready to do something. How do you know for sure if you're ready to quit smoking, chewing, or vaping? Make a list of what you've done to prepare yourself for quitting. And if you don't have at least 5, 10, or 15 things on the list, it's a good bet you aren't really ready to never smoke again. Feeling ready to quit is an emotion. Being ready to quit is more objective. It's measurable. Readiness to quit smoking must be earned, like feeling ready to take a test or feeling ready to give a speech. There are things smokers can do to acquire that feeling. I don't want you to keep waiting around for ready. Ready can happen just waiting around, but we can agree that's not how we want this to go down, right? Waiting to wake up feeling ready to quit smoking is like waiting to wake up feeling ready to speak Italian. That's not how ready works with quitting. Number 4, just because you don't feel ready to quit doesn't mean you're not ready. Not feeling ready doesn't always mean not actually ready. Ever not feel ready to pass a test or give a speech that went just fine? It's totally possible to not feel ready to do something that you are, in fact, totally prepared for. I remember not feeling ready to give my father's eulogy, and I would have killed for more time to prepare, but that wasn't an option, as eulogies usually go. Turns out I was prepared, I was ready, and I got through it despite my discomfort. Having more time to prepare would have only prolonged my stress and suffering over it. A lot of smokers do the same thing with quitting. They keep waiting for it to feel like the right time to quit, which only prolongs the stress and suffering over it because it rarely ever feels like the perfect time to quit smoking. Don't wait for the right time to quit. Create it. At some point, after reasonable preparation and planning for quitting, the only way to get closer to quitting is to start practicing it. Yes, you must practice quitting, just like going to the golf range or batting cages. Smokers must practice quitting. You don't start training for a marathon with a 26.4-mile run. Let quitting play out in real life. It's the only way to uncover where to focus. Wouldn't it be a shame, a tragedy even, to discover that non-smoker was in you all along and you didn't go after it? What's the worst thing that could happen? You light a cigarette? Big deal. That's not a failure to quit. It's taking a break from quitting. It's resting your quit muscle, and it's how you learn to become a non-smoker. Yes, quitting seems to come easier for some smokers, just as certain things come easier to people like natural athletes. But this isn't about other smokers. It's about you. Just because you don't feel ready doesn't mean you're not ready. You can be ready to quit and not even know it.
How else are you going to get statistics with quitting to swing in your favor if you don't practice? What could go wrong? You learn what needs more work, you gain more strength, accumulate more wins, acquire more practice, smoke less, maybe a lot less, maybe never again. All right, let's review. Want doesn't equal ready. Not wanting doesn't equal not able. Feeling ready doesn't equal being ready. And not feeling ready doesn't equal not ready. But wait, there's more. A simple bonus principle to bring it all together before revealing the best way to quit smoking. Number 5. Just because you didn't quit forever using a certain product doesn't mean it wasn't helpful. I know it's frustrating and exhausting to be let down time and again by empty product promises. But just because you weren't able to quit with the aid of a certain product doesn't mean the product wasn't helping you or that it won't be super valuable moving forward with quitting. New golf clubs don't make you a better golfer. Learning to golf does. And if you don't know how to golf, great clubs don't make much of a difference. Follow? Good products are often unfairly dismissed as ineffective because most smokers don't even know how they work, when to start them, how long to use them, and how to combine them. Most doctors and pharmacists don't know either. This is complicated stuff. So it's not your fault if you left something on the table with these products. It's actually great news, and I'm telling you this to give you hope about being able to squeeze a lot more benefit from these products on a future attempt. Quit medicines will help you, and it's an absolute tragedy how misunderstood and underutilized they are, even by trusted healthcare professionals. You may think prescriptions are dangerous or that nicotine replacements don't even make sense. None of that is true. And smokers everywhere are unnecessarily suffering because a lot of bad information is out there. On rare occasions, there may be a legitimate issue with medications, which makes having certified professionals on your team and in your corner even more important. Everything with quitting is figure-outable with the right knowledge and support. This isn't a can or can't thing. It's a have or haven't thing. The question is, why haven't you quit? The answer is because quitting is hard and complicated, and I'm trying to make it less hard and less complicated for you. But now that we've debunked all the common myths around quitting, and you understand that becoming a non-smoker is a perfectly learnable skill, let's get to the best way to quit, which also happens to be the right way to quit and the easiest way. Like doing nearly anything else important in life, the best, right, and easiest way to quit smoking is to prepare to quit smoking. Here is a sample quit plan. This isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's to help you understand that there's so much more to becoming a non-smoker than meets the eye. It's also to drive home the point that try not to smoke isn't a quit plan. And if you felt defeated or even hopeless about quitting, it may be the result of having unknowingly skipped steps.